Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the commencement ceremonies of the Lake Highlands High School class of 2024. Our graduates have worked diligently for 13 years in order to receive their diplomas today, and they deserve our accolades. However, we ask in the name of fairness and expediency that you do not applaud individual students. This will give each parent and guest the opportunity to hear the announcer pronounce each student's name who will be honored here today. It is important that friends and family enjoy their graduate's special moment during the ceremony. At this time, please silence all digital devices. The graduates, faculty, and administration also request that you refrain from using noisemakers so that this ceremony will be given its proper respect and dignity. We would appreciate your assistance in adhering to Richardson Independent School District's fire code regulations. Please remain in your seats. Do not sit or stand in the aisles or by the rails. The paths must be clear at all times. Thank you for your cooperation. Would you please stand for the processional? Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem. Please remain standing for a moment of reflection so that we may all individually, according to our own beliefs, join our hearts and minds to give thanks for this year's blessings. Thank you. You may now be seated. And now the senior class of 2024, Vice President Ellie Page Baumgarten.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming to the Class of 2024 graduation ceremony. I am Ellie Baumgarten, and I am the class vice president. I am part of National Honor Society, Girls Service League, Wranglers, Cheer, and Bellboy Sweetheart. I plan on attending Texas A&M University next year. Today, I would like to introduce our principal, Ms. Carrie Jones. Ms. Jones received her bachelor's from Ouachita Baptist University, where she majored in sociology and minored in accounting. She received her master's of business administration from Henderson State University, where she focused on the field of marketing. After receiving her MBA, she moved to Dallas and worked as a recruiter. After 2 years in corporate America, Ms. Jones decided to pursue a career in education and joined the Alternative Certification Program in Dallas ISD, where she earned a math certification. Ms. Jones taught 7th and 8th grade math at Benjamin Franklin Middle School in Dallas for 5 years and then began work as an assistant principal at Forest Meadow Junior High in Richardson ISD. She served as an assistant principal at Forest Meadow for 8 years before becoming principal. After serving as principal at Forest Meadow for 4 years, Ms. Jones became the principal at Lake Highlands High School. She just completed her 5th year here. To see her here every day, I can see that she truly loves being a Wildcat and is so thankful to be part of the amazing Lake Highlands community.
Good evening. My name is Carrie Jones, and it is with great pride that I stand before you as the principal of the School of Champions. It's my privilege to introduce our special guest today, When I call your name, please stand and be recognized, and please hold your applause until all names have been announced. Sitting to my right, Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Tabitha Branham. Members of the Board of Trustees, President Regina Harris, Mrs. Debbie Renteria, Mr. Eric Eager, Mrs. Rachel McGowan, Mrs. Vanessa Pacheco, Mr. Chris Poteet, and Mrs. Megan Timmy. Thank you. You may be seated. I would now like to introduce those sitting on my left. We'll start with our top 10 graduating seniors. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Number 10, Annabelle Parker Deason. Number 9, Lindley Beth Denslow. Number 8, Julian Francisco Villamar Robbins. Number 7, Adora Jijong Ho. Number 6, Georgia Lee Fairbanks. Number 5, Parker Joe Brizolara. Number 4, Chinwendu Ann Ugokwe. Number 3, Kate Marie Smith. Our salutatorian with a GPA of 104.979592 is Olivia Ann Bolin. She will be attending Baylor University, where she will be studying business. I would like to ask Olivia's family to please stand and be recognized. And the valedictorian for the senior class of 2024 with a GPA of 105.122449, attending the University of Texas at Austin to study government, is Connor Whitmire. I would like to ask Connor's family to please stand and be recognized. Okay, top 10, you may be seated. Thank you. Next, I will introduce our student leaders, starting with our senior class officers. President, Warren Josh Goen. Vice President, Ellie Paige Baumgarten. Secretary, Kate Etheridge Goodale. Treasurer, Megan Marie Haynes. And historian, Connor Keith Whitmire. You may be seated, thank you. And our student council officers, President Kingsley Ann Pfeiffer. Vice President Samantha Elizabeth Sutton. Secretary Bennett Gage Dunn. Treasurer Shepard Back Jenkins. And historian Jace Adam Falk. Thank you, you may be seated. Our TI-12 representatives, which stands for the Impact 12, are next, and these are students who meet monthly with the superintendent, central staff, and a Board of Trustees representative to discuss topics important to students. TI-12, please stand and be recognized when I call your name. Savannah Louise Bowl. Kyron Deshawn Francis. And Adora Jijong Ho. You may be seated, thank you. And finally, our announcers today, to my right, are Miss Carice Bott, Miss Kimberly Cox, and Mrs. Amy Washman. Thank you, and please help me acknowledge our stage guests one more time. Okay, now I would like to take a minute to recognize some esteemed members of our Lake Highlands learning community. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Mrs. Jenny Bates, Area Superintendent of the Lake Highlands Learning Community. Mr. Bill Gallo, Principal of Memorial Park Academy. Mr. Nick Rustin, Principal, Lake Highlands Junior High. Mr. Antonio Miller, Assistant Principal, Forest Meadow Junior High. Mrs. Emily Jarvis, Assistant Principal, Wallace Elementary. Mr. Jose Vega, Principal, Moss Haven Elementary. Mrs. Mary Kelliger, Principal, Northlake Elementary. Mrs. Katrina Collins, Principal, Skyview Elementary. Mrs. Becky Stevens, Principal, White Rock Elementary. Ms. Allison Congdon, Principal, Aiken Elementary. Mr. DeMarcus Gorey, Principal, Forest Lane Academy. Mrs. Stacy Marks, Principal, Merriman Park Elementary. Mr. Ron Anthony, Principal, Stultz Elementary. And Mr. Gerald Wilson, Principal, Thurgood Elementary. We also have some of our outstanding Lake Highlands High School faculty and staff today. Teachers and staff, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Today would not have been possible without the help of several of our staff members. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Mr. Thomas Lamberth, Assistant Principal. Mr. Masood Shamsuddin, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Marion Wilds, Assistant Principal. Dr. Anne Marie Yarborough, Assistant Principal. Ms. Deshauna Young, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Olivia Good, Culture Coach. And Mrs. Felicia Rockwell Ivory, Behavioral Specialist. Thank you. You may be seated. And now for our counseling team. Ms. Shamika Brackens, Lead Counselor. Ms. Rhonda Boston. Mrs. Mariana Hogue. Mrs. Maggie Karnowski. Mrs. Judy London Young. Mrs. Velma Lopez. Ms. Shelley Miller. Mrs. Melanie Thiessen, Intervention Counselor. And Mrs. Robin Frankley, College and Career Coordinator. Many of our Wildcats have achieved national recognition for their academic achievements, and I would like to acknowledge them at this time. As I announce the next group of students, please stand and remain standing. First, our National Merit African American Scholars, Ife and Wanyu, Autumn Eglo Ford, and Micah Mio Stewart. Our National Merit Hispanic Scholars, Olivia Rose Etry, Haley Reese Ponce, and Samuel Rodriguez Shaw. And our National Commended Scholars, Winston Annable, Parker Joe Brizzolera, Jackson Henry Davis, Spate Bradley Nickel, Kate Marie Smith, Mark Rosario Watson. Please join me in recognizing these outstanding Lake Highlands scholars. You may be seated. Richardson ISD students who have earned a grade point average in the top 10% of the total enrollment of their high school graduating class are honored as being a top 10% graduate. As a top 10% graduate, students are eligible for automatic admissions to a public state of Texas college or university. If you are one of the top 10% graduates, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Thank you. Lake Highlands honor graduates have attained an overall average of 90 or higher throughout high school. Honor graduates, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Thank you. RISD is proud to announce that our cohort of P-TECH graduates have successfully completed all requirements set forth by Dowlage College to earn an Associate's of Art in Business Administration and Management. To earn this degree, students had to earn over 60 college credit hours in courses ranging from core classes to specific courses like macroeconomics and accounting. In addition, students earned an industry-based certification that aligned to their pathway. These students worked throughout the summer and spent many hours outside of school to successfully achieve this rare accomplishment. P-TECH graduates, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. We are proud to have students graduating as AVID scholars. These students have committed themselves to academic excellence and successful college careers. AVID students, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Memorial Park Academy is RISD's non-traditional high school program that works with students from all 4 high schools to complete graduation requirements. This program most recently celebrated its 400th graduate this school year and over 2,000 graduates since its creation 8 years ago. If you were a student that attended Memorial Park Academy, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Our Service Learning Awardees have earned have earned 60 or more community service hours. The class of 2024 has completed over 5,250 service hours. Will the Service Learning Awardees please stand up and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Much of what makes Lake Highlands such an outstanding high school is the community's commitment to the success of our students. I am honored to announce that the Lake Highlands Women's League and the Lake Highlands Exchange Club have given numerous scholarships to many of our students in the class of 2024. Seniors, if you are a recipient of one of the Women's League or Exchange Club scholarships, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Lake Highlands class of 2024, I'm so excited to be able to celebrate this moment with you. Parents, families, and friends, thank you for being here this evening, and thank you for all that you've done to make an impact in your Wildcats' life. Senior Wildcats, you will always be known for your ability to push through any situation, and I am so proud of everything you have accomplished this year. You are the masters of staying positive and being resilient. I hope you can look back on your senior year and think about the accomplishments that you have made and know that nothing can stop you from your success. Remember, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat, and know that you always have a home at Lake Highlands High School. Please be sure to stop by and visit, and I am so excited about the next chapter in your life. Thank you so much for your time at the School of Champions, and I wish you nothing but the best. And we will now hear My Heart's in the Highlands under the direction of Miss Kari Gilbertson. Thank you.
My heart's in the Highlands.
Now please welcome Lake Highlands teacher, Mr. Brody Lyons, who will introduce our salutatorian, Olivia Ann Bolin.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brody Lyons. I'm a math teacher. I teach AP Statistics and AP Calculus AB. I've been blessed with the opportunity to introduce this year's salutatorian to you, a student who I've taught for the past 2 years. She was one of a handful of juniors that I took AP Statistics with me last year and immediately made a lasting impression on me as a teacher. She's a student that shows up every day and puts in the work. She has an engaging personality, will work in a group with anyone, and tends to treat everyone as if they have the exact same passion for school as she does. Her excitement for learning can be contagious if surrounded by the right people, or it can produce an amazing amount of eye rolling, but that never stops her from being utterly excited about learning and absolutely awesome. Those are just some of the things that sets Olivia Bolin apart from others, or at least that's what I've noticed about her over the past 2 years in the time teaching her. However, I'd be remiss if her academic excellence was the only thing that people knew about her. She is also the student that greets you with a smile every day as she walks through the door, asks about how you're doing, gets started on her work immediately, and hangs on your every word in class. She'll even give you that slight nod of approval or understanding during a lecture at the exact moment that you need it. If you're a teacher, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. She always tells you goodbye after class and writes you thank you notes when you need them the most. Now, don't get me wrong, Olivia's not perfect. She even took a few zeros in my class at the end of the year to turn in late grades for homework, but they ended up being dropped. But it showed me that she was in fact human and that everything she didn't naturally come for her easily always. That can be a common misconception and dismissive way to minimize some of our greatest students' achievements. Olivia worked hard in class. She put in the time and effort to succeed. She had a busy schedule throughout high school, like many people. But yet I have no memory of her complaining or even blaming anyone else that she seemed to be performing below or below her own standards, which were extremely high. I'm so proud of what Olivia has been able to accomplish and the way in which she did it. I'm also incredibly thankful to have been a part of her journey. Without further ado, your class of 2024 salutatorian, Olivia Bolin.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and of course, the Lake Highlands graduating class of 2024, what an honor it is to speak to you tonight. My name is Olivia Bolin, and I am proud to represent this incredible group of students. In this season, I've spent a lot of time thinking about what has gotten me here. In reflection, I found a common theme. It's not what, but who has shaped me into the person I am today. It is through a team of family, mentors, friends, and God that I've been challenged, supported, and poured into every step of the way. Whether they're here tonight or not, each of us has a team of people who have helped us get to this accomplishment. Let me tell you about a few of mine. First and foremost, I would like to thank my family. They are my rock and my biggest role models. To my mom and my right-hand man, thank you for being my steadfast partner and my biggest champion. You know me better than I know myself. Your humility and servant-hearted support has allowed me to shine, and I couldn't do it without you. To my dad, the wisest, most thoughtful man I know, thank you for never holding back on all of your opinions. I would say most of them were good, but also your heart for helping others. You have refined and taught me new things daily. To my brother Jack, thank you for being the calm to my storm. You're a refreshing, kind light to everyone you're around. And finally, to my sister Ruthie, thank you for your infectious joy and overflowing thoughtfulness. You have taught me the value of having big emotions and caring for others always. I truly have the best family there is. I've also recognized the encouragement of my teachers and mentors that have given me the confidence to get to this point. You have offered your wisdom, support, and generous hospitality. Thank you for investing in me and loving me, even though you don't have to. Throughout high school, I've had the unique opportunity to develop friendships with all types of people. Each one has loved me authentically and taught me how to have fun, which, if you know me personally, doesn't always come supernatural. You are each such a blessing to me. The Lord has placed this team of amazing people in my life, and I see Him in each one of them. He is the one who gives me full confidence and complete acceptance, and I have found great security in Him. As I leave you today, I encourage you to think about your support team. Thank them for helping you get to this achievement and tell them the impact they've made on your life. Soon, we'll all move on to new places and experiences. But how sweet is it that in this transition to adulthood, a whole new list of people can be added to your bench. Find the people who reflect the best in you and who bring you joy. Finally, I want to leave you with a challenge to become part of someone else's team. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. When you take time to pour into others, not only do you empower them to reach their goals, but it will also shape and help you grow. Congrats, guys, we did it.
Thank you, Olivia. Please welcome Casey Boland, Lake Highlands history teacher, who will introduce our valedictorian, Connor Keith Whitmire.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Casey Boland, and I'm a teacher at Lake Highlands. One of the things I admire most about Connor Whitmire is that he can do hard things. No one achieves the status of being #1 in a class this large without that ability. His list of AP classes and the exams he has passed are beyond impressive, and the diligence and work it takes to achieve this honor is hard. But Connor can do hard things. Connor is the long snapper in the center on the football team. Play after play, even in practice, he guards the quarterback, knowing more often than not, an average of 600 pounds of humanity will run into him and sometimes squish him. Obviously, that is physically hard to endure, but the mental toughness that takes to keep doing that is pretty impressive. But Connor can do hard things. I first met Connor when he enrolled in my African American Studies class. He's super smart and kind and diligent, all of the things that make for a great student. But what you learn about someone in a class like African American Studies, especially in these times that try men's souls, is the true character of a person. Delving into hard truths, controversial opinions, and brand new information tests people, especially if you might not always look like the good guys in the story. But Connor thrived in this environment. He listened. He asked questions. He opened himself to learning new truths and points of view. He put himself squarely in the middle of a side of a world he knew little about, and he soaked it in. What I learned about Connor is that he puts in the hard work to care deeply about others, and he grasps the hard adult truth that his education will inform the rest of his life. But Connor can do hard things. I also know Connor from mock trial. He used the same qualities he displayed in class, a diligent, brilliant, listening thinker, to be the lead attorney for both sides of the case. Lots of people can successfully argue a side they agree with. Connor can argue all sides because he works to see all sides. It is hard to put aside your pride and to challenge yourself in order to see the whole chessboard, but Connor can do hard things. And Connor can do hard things because he has already had to face one of the hardest things life will throw at any of us, the death of his beloved mother. Katrina died of breast cancer when Connor was in 7th grade. Middle school is a challenge for everyone, but navigating it while living with the crushing blow of losing your mother is an obstacle not everyone can overcome. But Connor did, and he thrived. He and his dad, Keith, and Grandmary worked with all of the emotions that come with that level of loss, and they ended up here because Connor can do hard things. So in light of all of this, it is my great honor to introduce the valedictorian of your class of 2024, Connor Whitmire.
Fellow classmates, respected faculty, and honored guests. It took us 12 long years to get here, and we had to wait until 8 o'clock at night. But we're finally here and ready to graduate. I'm extremely pleased and honored to be your valedictorian for the class of 2024. I'm especially happy because I get to graduate first and don't have to wait around for the W's. Graduating late at night, having to sit through a long ceremony, these are all minor inconveniences compared to the obstacles we had to face as a class to get to this day. We were the class to begin our high school experience as freshmen in 2020, the year of COVID. The pandemic restrictions and virtual learning may have delayed our class from bonding, but we sure have made up for lost time. As the years went on, we grew closer as a class. We experienced the communal thrill of winning a state basketball championship and many other successes in sports, the fine arts, and other pursuits. So many classmates have achieved great things and made our school and community proud. We've laughed together, we've cried together, we've experienced many highs and a few lows, including the loss of a beloved assistant principal, but we always got through it together. If you're sitting here tonight in your cap and gown, consider yourself a success. You've overcome a lot and you have made it. Let your achievement as a 2024 graduate of Lake Highlands always be a reminder to you that you can overcome difficult challenges and succeed. For me, my personal low point was when I lost my mother to breast cancer. I was just a scared 7th grader, and I did not know how my life would go on without her. But I put my faith in God, my family, and myself. Rather than wallow in self-pity, I challenged myself to be the kind of student and person my mother wanted me to be. I took the hardest classes I could find and worked my tail off to make superior grades. That meant a lot of long nights studying and doing homework and projects. Although it necessarily wasn't my goal at the time, my pursuit of excellence resulted in me earning the title of valedictorian. Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are. I know there are people smarter than me. I never qualified for gifted and talented classes, but I put in the work, and I didn't let any setbacks stop me from achieving my goals. But my focus wasn't just on grades and academics. I went out for football and was privileged to be a part of our district championship team. I also expanded my horizons and ran for senior class historian. Shockingly, I won. It's been a great honor to serve as a senior class officer for this amazing class. I also earned other leadership positions and honors, but you don't need to hear my resume. What I want you to hear is that you can overcome any obstacle or challenge to achieve your dreams in life. I overcame the loss of my mother, and I didn't let that stop me. I wanted to make her proud, but it's important to have pride in yourself. If there's one message I could send in this class, it's to have confidence in yourself and not let anything stop you. We've already accomplished a lot by making it this far, but this rite of passage tonight is just the beginning of our adult lives. We can go so much further and do many more great things if we believe in ourselves. We are the class that began with COVID, and now we are the class ready to take on the world. Let's do it.
Thank you, Connor. And now we will hear a few words from our senior class president, Lauren Joss Goen.
Connor, you were born to be a Wildcat. Your mother and I were both Lake Highlands graduates, and when you were born, we decided to move back to Lake Highlands. We wanted you to experience this great school and community just like we did. Except your experience at Lake Highlands has been even better than we could have ever imagined. Varsity football player, senior class officer, and now valedictorian of the class of 2024. You achieved so much without having your mother to guide you. Cancer took her from us, but I know she is beaming with pride from above. Thank you to all the teachers, counselors, principals, and coaches who have helped you along the way. Thank you to your grandmother and aunts and uncles who have helped raise you. But most of all, thank you, Connor, for being the best son a dad could ask for. Go get him, kid.
And now we will hear from our senior class president, Lauren Joss Goen.
Welcome family, friends, faculty, staff, and of course the graduating class of 2024. We did it. I am Lauren Goen, senior class president of Lake Highlands High School. I am so honored to be here with you today. I wanted to start by sharing a little story with you. We started our high school years in a global pandemic, and we ended stronger and more resilient than ever. And wait, stop. Cut. I can't do this. Miss Wilds, this speech is going to bore them to sleep. What can I say to inspire them on the biggest day of their lives that hasn't already been said? This isn't about me. It's about you. Hey, Negrete, come spice this up a little, will you? Hit it. In conclusion, we couldn't have done any of this without Miss Wilds and Miss Jones, our principals, who made each and every one of our seniors feel honored, valued, and special every day of this year. Congratulations, Wildcat seniors. Thank you for trusting me and your senior class officers by making this the best year yet. Seniors roar in 24 and continue to roar even more in the years to come. Stay resilient and strong, and go Cats!
That was amazing, Lauren. Thank you so much. I would now like to ask the Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Tabitha Branham, and Board of Trustees President, Mrs. Regina Harris, to the podium. Okay. The Lake Highlands High School class of 2024 has fulfilled all of the requirements set forth by the state of Texas, and I would like to present them as candidates for graduation. Will the class of 2024 please stand?
I know this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. By the power vested in me by the state of Texas, the State Board of Education, the Texas Education Agency, and the Board of Trustees of the Richardson Independent School District, I now declare the student who will be receiving a diploma to be a graduate of Lake Highlands High School.
And graduates, this is the most favorite time. If you would, please move your tassels from right to left.
Okay, Okay, it's now time for the presentation of the diplomas. So graduates, please be seated.
Connor Keith Whitmire. Olivia Ann Bolin. Kate Marie Smith. Shenwado Ann Ugaquea. Parker Joe Blizzolera. Georgia Lee Fairbanks. Adora Jijong Ho. Julian Francisco Villamar Robbins. Lindley Beth Denslow. Annabelle Parker Deason. Lauren Joss Goen. Ellie Paige Baumgarten. Kate Etheridge Goodale. Megan Marie Hannes. Kingsley Ann Pfeiffer. Samantha Elizabeth Sutton. Bennett Gage Dunn. Shepard Mac Jenkins. Jace Adam Falk. Savannah Louise Bowl. Kyron Deshawn Francis. Okay. Jeffrey Abilly. Malak Adam. Mercy Olawagamisola Adedokum. Olawatomiwa Anointed Adelaide. Kazito Adili. Precious Odemiha Odinoyi. Hemena Aguiar Hymus. Angel Gabriel Aguiar Egua. Leslie Aguilera. Marcy Aguirre Alvarez. Abadi Amadi. Samantha Alaton. Zachariah Farah Ali. Joshua Michael Allier. August James Gus Alvarado. Dono Alvarez. Justin Alvarez. Abel Celius. Joshua Amaro. Alex Gabriel Amaya. Marlene Anacleto. Atreviana Jakaria Anderson. Angie Andino. Leah Ephoniah Anakwe. Winston Annabelle. Ariana Ann Anthony. Ife Anianwu. Marco Antonio Aravello Rodriguez. Ziamora Allen Armendariz. Taylor Lynn Amor. Helen Ariande Arivizu. Gracie Madeline Askew. Braden Thomas Aites. Caitlin Grace Austin. Mia Yareli Aviles Perez. Michael Ayala. Alicia Emiliana Baldrez. Nabil Bomatroff. Parker Randall Beatty. Emmanuel J. Besa Jr. Andrew Kelton. Audrey Faith Bedford. Ketis Belay. Victoria Claire Bell. Aubrey Rose Anate Belmis. Alejandra Beltran. Miguel Beltran. Jesus Beltran. Areli Yamilet Benitez. Evan Thomas Bernard. Andrew Stephen Burt. Benaya Lene Betts. Andrew Peter Biancardi III. Bibi Sarah Bilal. Jeremiah Ermaria Birdwell. Tamir Sidone Bisco. Carrington Sinclair Black. Graham Thomas Blackman. Jaquasia Blanson. Cole Parker Boisvert. Brooke Elizabeth Bolden. Tanaya Janice Boykin. Brian Bravo. Jonas Scott Breedlove. Kenya Brooklyn Brewer. Sarah Beth Brokaw. Anna Elise Brookover. Abigail Elizabeth Browning. Jakira Cheyenne Bryant. Stephen Bunch. Indigo Emahan Butler Smith. Caden Lorenz Bird. Carmen Cabrera Rosales. Jalen DeMarcus Caldwell. Kathleen Lizette Callaghy. Luis Angel Campos. Emily Mildred Canterbury. Robbie Cargo. Janicia Nicole Kari. Kimberly Carias. Brandel Randall Carlos. Carlos Sinatra Caruth Jr., Zoe Mia Carter, Maybelline Areli Castellano II, Martin Castillo Chavez, Alexei Catalan, Emanol Catalan Mejia, Molly Grace Kavanaugh, Emily Celio, Shayla K. Schaefer, Kylie Reese Chambers, Gabriel Allred Chansey, Andrew Charlton Aja Chenevert, Lauren Riley Chester, Philip Logan Chester, Patrick Nikki Riquet Clay, Miracle Renee Klein, Avery Claire Cole, Nalani Rachel Cole, Jakira Marche Coulter, Christopher Lane Constant, Mardelvis Darnell Cooper Jr., Caroline Page Koppel, William Douglas Koppel, Jasmine Cornelio Morales, Bella Valentina Carrera Linares, Juan Pablo Cortez, Kennedy Jane Cottenham, Kaylin Cowart Stoker, Hayden Nicole Kramer, Jenna Eloise Cranford, Ryan Todd Crawford, Robert McFelton Crutchfield, Daniel Kung, William Alexander Curry IV, Frances Marie Check, Delaney Faith Darwin, Braden Floyd Davenport, Delani McKell Davenport, Annabelle Marie Davidson, Denise Margarita Davila, William Alberto Davila, Caroline Elizabeth Davis, Jackson Henry Davis, Maya Tamia Davis, Notnell Kibrabe DeWitt, Logan Anastasia Day, Clarissa Diajurbu Duarte, Carla Vanessa de la Cruz, Deontay Dean, Arden Barrett DeBlanc, Alex Thomas Ducio, Noah John De La Syria, Isaac Anthony Delgado, Andreas Marquise Duvall, Anthony Derek Dewar Chiarwe, Isabel Diaz, Elizabeth Diaz Zavala, Sue Ta Dim, Fidel Gaudencio Dircio. Catherine Elizabeth Dishman. Frihas Zuwawi Jaba Jr. Dania Itzel Duarte Herrera. Dylan Preston Dublique. Aiden Shepard Dunphy. Perry McCall Dunham. Abigail Marie Dunson. Hudson Thomas Durham. David Jolape Mutsi Dutra. Seth Michael Eastman. Javiana Precious Henry Eddy. Jennifer Shinashiram Ikurama. Campbell Elizabeth Elliott. Jackson Ellis Enderly. Hannah English. Christopher Armando Enriquez. Ojada Chantel Irvin. Jayana Monet Estelle. Kelvin Estrada Vargas. Elijah Edward Etheridge. Olivia Rose Etry. Jordan Martin Ezekiel. Tuolase Adeladlapo Fadei. Kevin Baker Fagan. Graham Rayleigh Ferris. Mohammed Faye. Ifiola Gabrielle Foyose. Jack David Feldman. Elizabeth Felipe. Rose Catherine Ferguson. Ariasia Sky Fisher. Miguel Angel Flores. Lizzie Chanel Flores Rayo. Autumn Ajaya Ford. Colin General Fox. John Barrett Francis. Cameron Francis. Omoraria Francis Ozagidier. Zachary Nicholas Fraser. Adam William Freeman. Susanna Grace Fry. Brian Fuentes. Litzy Isabel Fuentes Lopez. Ishmael Firawe. Madeline Clara Gadecki. Lex Galindez. Heaven Lee Ann Gallagher. Audrey Lane Galloway. Maria Alicia Garces. Denise Garcia. Solange Garcia Herrera. Eleora Kyle Garvin. Enrique James Gattoni. Boo Ray. Surafil Kasey Gebremariam. Yafet Kasey Gebremariam. Tagi. Nuhami Genema. Anu Somplier Genayan. Caden Dean George. Helena Alamakio Gazarianya. Carlos Abraham Gil Ibarra. Andrew Keith Gillespie. Nicole Marie Gillum. Melissa Gilliam. Serenity Glasper. Madeline May Glass. Michael Mateo Gomez. Coral Gomez Nahera. Alexis Gonzalez. Justin Josue Gonzalez. Talia Ruby Gonzalez. Vincent Gonzalez. Miguel Alexis Gonzalez Gomez. Tyler Amore Gordon. Eric Maurice Green Jr. Jada Tikara Griffin. Daniel Alejandro Guerra. Emily Victoria Garian. Daisy Guerra Rodriguez. Rodrigo Guerra Rodriguez. Johan Gutierrez.
Zamonte Antoine Hankins. Azaria Nicole Harper. Ashton Rayjon Harris. Jordan Harris. Wyatt Joe Harris. Colton Brian Harvey. Syed Abdul Wakil Hashimi. Natalia Tyann Hawkins. Gregory Deshaun Henderson. Brandon Steven Henriquez Garcia. Fernanda de Los Angeles Henriquez Moreno. Kenneth Joseph Henry III. Maya Renee. Kyra Lane Henson. Cynthia Hernandez. Hasty Caleb Hernandez. Leslie Denise Hernandez Palomo. Natalia Hernandez. Epps Thais Hernandez Gomez. Daisy Yareli Hernandez Oguin. Alexis Breon Hightower. Jonathan Hightower. Lily Marie Hawker. Stephen Hawley. Jackson Thomas Hollingshead. Lily Grace Hollis. John Cooper Holman. Matthew Ross Hopkins. Caitlin Jane Hopper. Sarah Elizabeth Hornung. Tessa Marie Horton. Jacob Asher Howell. Abigail Shirazelli. Mu Yor Tu. Samantha Huaman. Natalie Huerta Corona. Caroline Chambers Hume. Darius Deshawn Hunt. Leah Brianna Hutchings. Sarah Ifendu. Caroline Meredith Iltis. Laisha Danae Ingram. Anessa Grace Inlay. Temple Tadima Aiki. Zamari Jamal Jackson. Khalil Jackson. Jordan Marie Jacobus. Ashley Renee James. William Christopher Jameson. Isla Sylvester Jill. James Daniel Jenkins. Jonathan Dragon Jewell. Emily Montserrat Jimenez. Isosa Brooklyn John. Andre Isaiah Johnson. Charles Hayden Johnson. Frankie Regina Johnson. Jaqueline Marcel Johnson. Beck Harrison Johnstone. Megan Elizabeth Jones. Terrell Kanye Jones. Donnell Lewis Jones Blaylock Jr. Juliana Gabriela Juan Gonzalez. Chelsea Adoranzola Hubril. Shayla Carter. Isabella Marie Keckel. Elizabeth Juliet Kellum. Catherine Noel Kelly. Shalom Katabana. Daniel Masolo Karen. Jasden Dawn King. Jackson Lawrence Kluver. Aiden Cruz Necht. Jabril Knighton. Michaela Ponon Iklu. Aisha Ayomide Coutier. Xavier Alexander Lacey. Ian Raza Lagari. Adrian Larry. Madeline Bright Layer. Tao Lee. Nolan Jesse Leal. Michelle Karemi Ledesma. Amia Ander Lee. British Lafall II. Kaysen Thomas Legg. James Michael Lester Jr. Tashawn Darnell Lewis. Vivian James Leong. Alexa Margarita Limas. Cooper Gordon Littlefield. Samuel Mark Long. Jack Lopez. Roberto Lopez. Marcus Fernando Limon Munoz. Narceth Lopez Espina. Javier Gauthier Lopez Salaberry. Devin Xavion Germain Lott. Cameron Christine Lott. Macy Jane Lowe. Grisha Lozano Castaneda. Landry Elizabeth Lesher. Lois Malashi Luishi. Emperor Macaulay. Espide Macedo. Valerie Giselle Machado. Anaya Giselle Machado. Matthew Raymond Maha. Carlos Joel Macias. Brandon Lamar Maddox Jr. Brianna Latrice Maddox. Ashley Denise Madison. Yamili Magadan. Myron Andre McGee. Joey German Maldonado. Hayes Huckabee Small. Avery Nicole Marburger. Ryan Marks Markham. Caitlin Brianna Marin. Adeline Janelle Marquez. Erica Alexandra Marquez. John Campbell Marr. Hollingsworth Barrett Marshall III. L. Bruyer Martin. Maya Ophelia Marie Martin. Wendy Yadira Martinez. Adon Alfredo Martinez. Angelina Marie Martinez. David Martinez. Amari Nicole Alexandria Mason. Kadrian Jamal Mason. Harper June Massey. John David Matlack. Jackson Marcus Moorer. Ashton Farrell May. Alexander Luis Meyer. Nicholas Braden Mays Williams. Josiah Trayshawn McAllister. Quincy Earl McCarver Wilson Jr. Lawler Grace McLean. Matthew Joseph McDonald. Edgar Medina. William Patrick Meek. Jimmy Sergio Melendez Jr. Gabriela Sarai Melo. Preston Wayne Melson. Brenda Mendez. Eric Anderson Mendoza. Anna Lorena Mercado. Amy Esperanza Merida Ventura. Andrea Michelle. Mariah Lenice Mitchell. Zenobu Mokhtar. Zoera Mokhtar. Zabiullah Mohammed. Karina Gabriela Molina. David Yael Mondragon Hernandez. Catherine Ann Moon. Amari Moore. Ariana Moore. Charles James Moore. Nicholas Isaiah Moore. Armand Musakil. Hasina Musakil. Irvin Morales Nambo. Maddox Pristo Morris. Marasi Gundi Mohammed Musa. Maya Jindo Mulisa. Isabel Alice Naharo. Kenny Nahera. Mallory Lane Now. Alexa Nava. Trin Fung Nguyen. Spate Bradley Nickel. Emily Giselle Nila Prado. Yvette Neokshum. Athanasius Chima Njoku. Jesse Michael Jaguna. Lamarian Sadeus Nolan. Saeed Aha Noor. Jack Henry Frentress Norris. Avery Elizabeth Northam. Angel Uchichi Obi. Eileen Elizabeth Ochoa. Peter Paul Namdi Oko. Kylitha Charday Oliver. Sindara Gift Olobobola. George Oluwatilimurum Oluwason. Emmanuel Olayinki Oluwatayo. Pelumi Guillaume Olayati. Shayo Olayemi. Kenny Olayemi. Faisal Omar Kill. David Patrick Oni. Diego Jesus Orellana. Madeline Lucille Orr. Natalia Ortiz. Benjamin Nicholas Ortiz Munoz. Ifosa Elsie Oso Wimwenze. Amia Miche Osborne.
You ignore my Preciado, that's the autotype.
Oscar Alexander Osorio Preciado.
Angel Gabriel Pacheco Perez. Catherine Yamalieth Padilla Arona. Jack Ezra Page. Samuel Everest Paiboon. Jesse Palacio. Anderson Giovanni Palma Florian. Ulysses Raul Palamo. Kam Shin Par. Thank you. Juan Patino. Sa Le Ka Pa. Lamaria Tangineer Paxton. Alexander Rivas. Yvette Perez. Shaisid Garcia. Brandon Alex Perry. Dennis Louis Yvonne Fang. Gray David Phillips. Neandria Ariel Pinkard Simpson. Samantha Kate Playford. Haley Albin Pokorski. Luke Christian Polito. Alexis Ponce. Ethan Aurelio Ponce. Haley Reese Ponce. Jasmine Unique Price. Coleman J. Prime. Jonathan Brunetta. Dejari Mahay Pryor. Evelyn Yaneth Puerto Mesias. Ava McCoy Pearl. Maria Yolanda Quiones. Carlos Ivan Jr. Quispe. Dakairi Jewels Anthony Ragland. Angelo Alexander Ramirez. Jonathan Emmanuel Ramirez. Sonia Isamara Ramirez. Victor Israel Ramirez. Nicole Ramirez Limon. Ana Karen Ramos Crescencio. Lynette Naomi Rangel Campos. Lene. Khalid Rasuli. Mohammed Jamil Rasuli. Brian Rayo. Annie Reed. Brian Reyes. Maria Jesus Reyes. Ahmed Ishtiaq Grian. Bill Richard. Angel Rivera. Larissa Annabelle Rivera Alfaro. McKay David Rowan. Lanaya Michelle Roberts. Magdalena Grace Roberts. Tykira Shamone Roberts. Carla Sofia Robledo Vasquez. Daisy Leslie Rodriguez Cruz. Olivia Michelle Rodriguez. Victoria Selena Rodriguez. Evelyn Rodriguez. Rafael Rodriguez. Okay. Eduardo Rodriguez. Charlene Abigail Rodriguez Quiros. Bafazona Rohula. Brian Leonardo Romero. Dana Romero. Alejandro Rosales. Christopher Roseberry. Eileen Rubio. Monticia Rudd. Luke James Rudebeck. Jared Ruiz Guerrero. Aaron Ruiz Hurtado. Jose Anthony Ruiz Villa III. Holly Amanda Rupert. Okay. Elijah Russell. LaDamian Dwayne Sadler. Emily Sines. Rihanna Saki. Zamir Saki. Marcos Gabriel Salas. Monir Ahmad Samadi. Omar Alejandro Sanchez. Olivia Grace Sanders. Alima Sangare. Rafian Sakib. Ajane Khalid Satisfield. Wyatt Andrew Schaub. Charlie Loren Shirato. Timothy Marshall Schwartz. Zamora Segura. Fevin Samir. Lucy Kathleen Cinderling. Samuel Rodriguez Shaw. Aubrey Joy Shelton. Okay. Amina Sharahi. Samir Shoar. Modalani Samuel Schote. Luke Curtis Schreiner. Brian Silva. Naom Sisse. Zolan Neal Skinner. Jalen Damon Smith. Luke Michael Smith. Phoebe Clore Smith. Kennedy Amaya Sneed. Amen Solomon. Valaria Solario. Edwin Sosa. Jeanette Soto Calderon. Oluwase Isaac Sawale. Samjay Jean Specs. Cameron O'Shea Spencer. Leah Mackey Stewart. Micah Mio Stewart. Naomi Stewart. Samantha Rowan Stick. Grace Celeste Strack. Logan Heath Strahan. Barney Suber. Jalen Kamar Sullivan. Daisy Sung. Ni Shin Sung. Collier Elizabeth Sutton. Ella Grace Sweeney. Amelia Marie Swinney. Jennifer Paola Takatik Pettis. Christian Jaden Tate. Aaron Taylor. Dylan Vance Teague. Umar Maurice Tewan. Anise Derek Tara. Ben-Hur Tesfaye. George Van Leon Thaong. Savannah Hope Thomas. Lauren Ann Thompson. Makaria Zanel Thorne. Hannah Bohr Teal. Peyton Ann Tompkins. Carol Suzette Tovar. Rachel Michelle Townsend. Yahir Trejo. Sheldon John Trammell. Cameron Francisco Trevino. Allison Paige Truscott. Afamia Feshe Saghe. James Prince Sake. Peyton Tyrese Tucker Sr. Tavion Tamarcus Marcel Turner. Victoria Somachi Ube. Baron Ubben. Diana Umara Umbuzo. Treasure Izukwakue Uwakwe. Prince Aihichukwu Uzoma. Elil Justin Valadez, Sr. Davion Valentine. Johanna Concepcion Vargas. Giovanni Vasquez. Diego Vasquez. Jesse Jeremy Vasquez. Micah Breland Vial. Jaime Jose Velasco Rogel. Christopher Velasquez. Rosalind Evelise Velasquez. Tanya Saray Ventura. Abigail Kate Vick. Anai Valleda. Sherilyn Villarreal. Ashton Desmond Vine. Amelie Priscilla Visnu. Yorsalim Wassam. Nevea Raphael Walder. Jacob Cameron Wallace. James Darren Ward. Nicholas Andrew Warden. Ashaya Jashay Washington. Mark Rosario Watson. Josiana Tiandre Weaver. Misty Tennille Weaver. Jayana Ayana Wilder. Jaden Marie Williams. Jordan Wade Williams. Ariel Denise Williams. Jalen Rashawn Williams. Julius Corday Francis Williams. Mitch Ryan Williams. Isabel Madeira Willis. Peyton Reese Willman. Ciangelo Waylon Wilson. Evelyn Elizabeth Wilson. Bryn Avery Winburn. Knox Beckham Witherspoon. Ziggy Pernon Wolking. Adair Kilpatrick Woodall. Abigail Rose Woodard. Tiaja Janae Woods. Journey Sine Word. Cameron Elise Worthy. Julia Reese Wirtz. Mia Claire Wirtz. Addison Page Young. Tolliver Ann Youngblood. Josue Alejandro Zavala Vasquez. Jason Balmoris Zelaya. Vaughn Zeffaletti. Thank you. Kosal Hyatt. Jotravian Lamar Johnson. Abdullah Pacha. Camila Ferreira. Marin Demisi. Israel Guerrero. Dewan Bell. Deborah Evans. Zamaya Unique Wesby. Jasmine Zavala. Yadira Vaquera Madres. Jude Fish. Sarah Connor. Gabrielle Amarie Wirt. Brandy Ravenel. Larissa Zamorano.
Congratulations to the class of 2024. Please rise for the alma mater. Go ahead and throw your streamers. Thank you, and please remain seated as we escort the class of 2024 from the stadium. Good night.